what are the great things about digital? In a retail model, if you calculate royalties and you deduct everything we have to deduct from VAT to distributor's margin, retail margin, publisher margin, etc., rebates, marketing rebates. In the best case, you end up having 15 to 20% of the retail price of the product. So if you sell a $50 game, you make $10, and you're lucky to make $10. So that's great conditions. Payment terms are horrendous. Retailers are great industry members, but they prefer not to pay for sold games ever. And the, let's say, international average at the moment is getting close to 120 days. So retail they don't pay the publishers faster than 120 days. So they sold your game, and half a year you're waiting for retail to pay the publisher, and then the publisher adds another month or two and pays you. So great business. If somebody's playing a game for a year and still haven't got any money. With digital retailers like Steam, they have immediate charge from the consumer. So whoever used their credit card, money is at Steam's bank account. They still have some period like 30 to 45 days, but it's much shorter than after having 20 days. So get your money faster. Any store like Steam provides you tools to manage your catalog. So you can set up your own prices. If you want to sell a game at $10, that's your choice. And there are a lot of successful products, like, for example, Torchlight, that was sold at $14.99, and they moved over 300,000 units at Steam alone. I think if they would set up their pricing for $49, they would sell like 50K max. And you can change this dynamically. So you have, it's not like one shop deal when your box is on the shelf and you have no control over the shop, because the shop is somewhere in Spain. Here you can control your pricing. You can have different marketing things. So you can have like 1 day super sale of 75% off, 50% off, and that increases sales. And very similar things, happening daily in the Apple Store. So I think about most of the things happening in stores like this. So what is happening at the moment? Steam is not the only option. They are just number one. At the moment, we work actively with about 35 different partners. They're local partners. They're like German-specific digital stores, France-specific digital stores. They are still making small amount of money. So on my slide here, you can see 4 names. It's like Steam, Impulse, and Gamersgate, and Direct Drive. The numbers on the slide are not the kind of international average numbers. These are the numbers taken from our sales. So I know that many publishers sell much more Direct Drive than they sell in Gamersgate. That depends really on catalog and conditions. Still, these are the 4 big guys. There's an interesting service for all games, launched by CD Projekt called Good All Games. They don't take all the games, they take normally games that have average Metacritic score of 75%, and those games must be 3 or 4 years old, but they move very decent numbers. So any of you that have any old titles, by any chance, those titles are not signed with one sequel, nobody is clever, and you have the rights, you can sell those games there. I help you, I have the rights, and I do sell those games. Now, following our kind of one honest way of showing all the numbers, I'm showing the numbers what we are doing in Steam. I'm not giving the names of the titles, but you can do the research, because what titles we sell at Steam are known, so you can probably get some ideas. So this is the top 10. Why I'm putting October 2009. This was the first month when we actively started working with Steam. So before that, we had a couple titles, but let's say sometime mid-October, so end of October, we managed to list over 10 titles. These are units. This is not money. This is units. The average price points across the entire catalog we sell there, we have there like 23, 24 titles. I would say about $30. So you can see, so if you multiply 30,000 by $30, you see what a good title can make a Steam. And this is not all. This was just the start. I'm marking 3 titles in bold. For those titles, we had either 1-day special action, like 50% off. We had 2-day action for King's Bounty, 75% off. And actually, King's Bounty was #1 selling title on Steam during that day, more than Call of Duty. And there have been lots of big titles there at the same time. So special marketing tools working great at Steam. What is more important, the back catalog sales digital site is amazing. So this is the data January 1st to end of April. I marked 2 new releases. Those new releases are small games like an expansion to Star Wolves, so it's not a huge AAA title, so the numbers are not that big. But look at other titles. These are the titles that were on Steam since October. They're still moving, the top one to tens of thousands of units. And it's selling and selling and selling, and we are virtually doing nothing. So we didn't have any special marketing actions for any of those titles. Because you cannot on Steam. That's the main problem of Steam. So as there are so many partners, everybody wants to have a special deal of the weekend, special deal of the week. So we have to wait in line before you can get your next action. So I'm saying, on average, you get, if you have good titles, you get 1 shot a month. Because everybody, including EA, wants to do something on Steam. So these are the numbers. In general, for our international sales, this year we're going to sell about 30% digitally. Next year we'll do at least 50%, and I expect that by 2012 we'll be doing probably up to 90% of our sales digitally. And the key thing here, both for a publisher and for a developer, all they have to do is make a good game and stop worrying about partners, stop worrying about some international publisher is not going to pay you money or is going to screw up marketing. It's all in your hands. You make a good game, you talk to your community, you talk to the press, and that's it. And the game sells. You make money. That's it.
I think we should probably move on to Dimitri because we went a little bit over on that, and we'll save the time for questions later on.
Yeah.
Thank you.